Dear friends, colleagues, and guests, I am Sakina, ACGA Eltom, and I had the honor of chairing the organizing committee with an incredible team of UOKANA graduates to put together this conference. And I am elated to welcome you. This is the first conference of the University of Eltom Alumni Association of North America, otherwise known as UOKANA. This conference is coinciding with an exciting time of our new Sudan, this transformation of the country and all the exciting things that's happening. So I want to start the program, if you would, stand for a moment of silence to recognize our fallen martyrs. Thank you. Our conference is being held under the theme of exploring the Sudanese diaspora vision for a stable, prosperous, and equitable Sudan post our legendary revolution. You are going to witness over the next 2 days talks and sessions to address each point of those. Today, the session, the morning session in the afternoon from the economics track will address lots of very pressing issues regarding our economics and the problems and ways to get out of where we are in the crisis. In the afternoon, we're going to have a session on the health, and we are going to touch upon different aspects, which we recognize is not the whole, it doesn't cover everything, but it gives some points where we can start to try to fix the damage to our healthcare system in Sudan. Tomorrow, we're going to start also the day with a session on education, and as you know, that's the pillar of the country to move forward. So we're going to have a session that's divided. In the morning, we're going to learn about primary education, and in the afternoon, we will address, in the second session, second part of the session, we'll address the higher education. We are going to have the General Assembly discussing the future of UOKANA, the election, and the bylaws. And then the final session, which is very exciting, is going to be on the Constitution and the issue of peace and war. In addition to our speakers, which include our newly elected, the Honorable, the Minister of Justice, Mr. Nasruddin, we have Dr. Ali Dinar, and we have Mr. Rahman, and we have Ahmed Al-Shafi, who is Saudi. Trying to remember. So, in addition to this speaker, we're going to have a representative of each of the armed groups that are now on the stand. So the session is hopefully going to have a very lively discussion, and your contribution will be very crucial for the success of the session. So I welcome you all, and I invite you and encourage you to participate in the discussion. And I will introduce Dr. Abbas, who is the interim president of our UOKANA.
Thank you, Professor Sakina. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good morning. Please let me welcome our honorable guest, Dr. Hiba Ahmed from the World Bank. Hiba, especially traveled from Kuwait and to come to address our conference and to address very critical issues in Sudan economy. And thank you, Hiba, for coming. And I would like to welcome again Dr. Nada Isa. Nada is an associate professor of economy at George Washington University. Yorktown, this is George Washington. So, thank you for attending UOKANA annual meeting to offer your support and share your experience during this critical time in Sudan's history. Though UOKANA is a non-political, non-religious organization according to the IRS and the American laws, our alumni find themselves amidst the revolution and have no choice but to participate. What has happened in Sudan is not a political thing, it is a violation of human rights and crimes against humanity, so it's not a choice for us to sit and not to participate. Together with its sister organizations in the United States and in Sudan, UOKANA is coordinating efforts to support the victims of the regime brutality. Proudly, Sudanese stand together and support each other as a unified front in this historical moment. As an organization, we believe it's necessary to show solidarity and continue giving support. UOKANA is directly involved in covering the medical expenses of our heroes and victims in and outside Sudan, if treatment cannot be provided in Sudan, and that is again in collaboration with sister organizations in USA and in Sudan. So we are not working alone, we are working as a team of organizations. During a brainstorm session held by a group of us from UOKANA, from SABA, and from NextGen, we sat with an expert in advocacy in USA and we did a full day of brainstorming. And the question came, what was the cause of Arab Spring failure? Because we don't want our revolution to fail. So, and then the number one reason for failure of Arab Spring failure is the economy. That is the reason why it's important to dedicate nearly an entire day for of our time discussing the economy and related topics. Prioritizing the economy will ensure the revolution success and help achieve its goals of freedom, peace, and justice. Any conversation about economy would be incomplete without making the best investment in human history, which is education. So education especially of girls. So it is very important. So this is why tomorrow we are dedicating most of the day for education reform. So the alumni would like to continue our collaboration with other American-based Sudanese organizations and speak with one voice when it comes to the bilateral American-Sudanese relations. So in 2010, a group of Sudanese tried to establish an advocacy organization to prevent separation of the country into two. Unfortunately, the events were out of control at that time. But now the time is right to reactivate these goals and bring all organizations under one umbrella of 5014. We are 503, so we cannot really have a free hand to advocate or lobby, but to follow the rule, we would like to see a 504 organization built. And fortunately, a group of young youth took great strides and almost finished the registration of this organization. And they call it American Sudanese Public Affairs Committee, or ASPAC. UOKANA is more than happy to work with them, and we invite SABA, which is Sudanese American Public Affairs Association, SAMA, Sudanese American Medical Association, SABA, Sudanese American Physicians Associations, Next Gen, and other American organizations to join this young team and support them and have one organization to speak for all of us, and we continue to support that organization with logistics and financing and everything necessary. Yesterday I was talking to Dr. Diana Naim, I hope you will make it here, and we talk about the alumni. Alumni is really mainly for the university. But really these things, as I mentioned, we have to stand up and speak. But unfortunately the university itself was not spared from the brutality of the junta and suffered severe vandalism and destruction of its premises, laboratories, and libraries. We would like to assure the university staff and students that they are not alone, and they have the full support of UOKANA. We have established multiple committees to address the technical needs of Sudan, like education, planning, sustainable development. We have an emergency committee as well, which worked during the revolution and continue to work to address the issues and any concern of our heroes in Sudan. I would like to take this opportunity and sincerely thank Congressman Pamela Gaypal from Washington and Congressman Dan Kirby from Michigan for their endless support of the Sudanese people, and I would like to thank a lot of senators and congressmen who stood beside the revolution in Sudan, and we are looking forward to have their support, because now what is ahead of us is more difficult than what we have achieved already in the resolution. We have the Sudan is still in the list of states sponsoring terrorism, and that's a really handicap. We can't do anything as long as Sudan name on that list. And I am told if you go through the routine, it will take like 9 months at least. And that's too much time, because the interim government has 3 years to fix the ailment of Sudan economy. And if you spend the whole year, various years, still Sudan is listed, I think that will be crippling our revolution. So this is one of the goals of this 504 and one voice of us from today and onward. I would like to thank the members who have been working tirelessly to advance the cause of UOKANA. To mention a few, Engineer Bakr Ali, who successfully brought the Sudanese together to support the revolution. And he continues to do so. And he being an aerodynamic engineer, he flies at a very high altitude with our organization, and we commend him and we really recognize him. I would like to thank Professor Sakina, Mr. Ibrahim Bafi, and Arthur Food for their really wonderful organization. They work tirelessly at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I would like to thank Engineer Hussein, Muhammad Al-Khair, and Dr. Mari Al-Khalifa, who work tirelessly to bring our website to life. I'd like to thank our conductors who work with our interim committee, Dr. Maha Ahmed, Engineer Wisal Ahmed Adam, and our honeybee, Rana Babikir. She works almost like a bee, and she's almost in every organization. So being a beekeeper, I will classify her as a queen, because a queen does not sting. So Maha is the queen. Rana is the queen. I would like to thank Professor Bakri Abdelmalik. He shared his experience, and Bakri actually traveled to Sudan in October with a group of professors of American universities, with Professor Taha, and hopefully now with the revolution and freedom, they have a big room for them to help the universities in Sudan. I would like to thank ACGA, Abbas, who is helping us to reshape our bylaws. I would like to thank Mr. Norman as well. He's helping again for keeping us on track as far as the laws are concerned. I'd like to thank Ashami Al-Amin, who is really a dynamic, and you see him here with Hussein on the podium most of the day working with this. Although he's an oncologist, I don't know how he learned to work with this equipment. I would like to thank the founders of this organization, Dr. Ali Auda, Dr. Saif Al-Asad, Engineer Muhammad Jakarim. He is the steam engine working, keeping us going. I'd like to thank Professor Abdel Fattah Noor, who shared his wisdom and experience. I hope he's here today. I'd like to thank Dr. Sulma Muhammad as well. She will be. So we are so grateful. I hope I mentioned everyone, but forgive me if I forget anyone. That's not intentional. We are so grateful to Sudanese people in Sudan and in the diaspora for their endless support for the organization. Finally, I would like to conclude with a quotation from the sociology Professor Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. So we don't want to change the world, we just want to change Sudan. It's the best. Thank you very much.